Good morning, everyone, and welcome. The City Council's Honorary Certificate Program honors and acknowledges those individuals and groups who have made an impact in our local, national, and international communities. And we have a number of honorees today. But before we get started, I just wanted to introduce a couple very special guests. This morning we have the Honorable Barbara Marumoto, former representative of the State House. We also have the Supreme Court Justice Todd Edens, along with Armenian lawyer and Ukrainian lawyer Arsen Tavardian and Ihor Kremenko. Aloha, you guys. Thank you for joining us today. They're here to observe democracy in action. Mr. Clerk, please call our first recipient.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and council members. For our first honorary certificate presentation, we have Ms. Christine An for her life's devotion as a peace activist. This presentation is made by council members Okimoto and Say.
Councilmember Say.
Mr. Chair, thank you very much for the opportunity of sharing my thoughts with Val and I on behalf of Christine and her family. A close friend of mine, Ms. An, Mr. Bob Stever, kindly requested that I include his testimony in her introduction. Christine An has demonstrated for us in Hawaii and the world that she is a tireless champion of justice and peace and humanity. She's a globetrotter, but you're not a Harlem globetrotter, okay? To such locations as Washington, D.C., New York, Canada, Europe, and of course, Korea, and including North Korea, Mr. Chair, and has made her cause known in many media appearances, op-eds, and geopolitical journals, advocacy groups, etc. Bob further shared that Christine caught his mind about a decade ago at a meeting or rally at the Quaker House in Manoa. She was very articulate, engaged with the audience, and very passionate of her cause. He said that from her historic Woman Cross DMZ, Councilmember Toba, what is DMZ? Correct. As a school teacher, I always question my colleagues here. It was a foray in 2015, Mr. Chair, documented in the wonderful 2021 film Crossings, to her selection as 2022's International Peace and Activist by an august group of Nobel Peace Laureates and an award presentation in Seoul last December. Christine has been an icon throughout this world. Thank you. Christine An is the founder and the executive director of Women Cross the DMZ, a global movement of women mobilizing to end the Korean War and ensure that women's leadership in peace building. In 2015, she led 30 international women peacemakers across the DMZ, or what we call the demilitarized zone, from North Korea to South Korea. They walked with 10,000 Korean women on both sides of the DMZ and held women's peace symposia in Pyongyang and Seoul. Christine is the international coordinator of the Korea Peace Now transnational campaign, which Women Cross DMZ launched in 2019 with 3 other feminist peace organizations. I'm proud to say that Christine has also addressed, Mr. Chair, the United Nations, the U.S. Congress, the Canadian Parliament, and the Republic of Korea National Human Rights Commission. Her op-eds have appeared in the New York Times and the Washington Post, and she is a regular contributor to MSNBC, Democracy Now!, and CNN. Christine is also the co-founder of the Korea Policy Institute and the Korea Peace Network, and has worked with prominent women's organizations such as the Global Fund for Women and the Women of Color Resource Center. Christine serves on the board of Hawaii's Peace and Justice. She is the recipient of the 2020 U.S. Peace Prize for her bold activism to end the Korean War and heal the wounds from the war and the women's leadership in peace building. Christine has a master's degree in international policy from Georgetown University and has worked tirelessly as a peace activist trying to end war in a conflict area. Keep up the great work that you're doing, but before I introduce you, Christine, may we also have you introduce your daughter so it could be recorded in the Journal of the Council. Please.
This is my daughter, Jejuan Miles. She's 11, and she goes to Punahou. She's in the 5th grade, and I named her Jeju because there's an island off the coast of Korea called Jeju Island. The island of women and the island of peace. And she's just visited me on this journey. I took her to Pyongyang with me when she was 22 months to negotiate peace talks. And she ended up in the emergency room, but she was strong and she was alive, and it really did help, I think, the North Koreans trust and that I was a mother with
Yes.
her small child. So this is my wonderful daughter, Jisoo.
Right. Nice to see all of you. Congratulations, and may I introduce Ms. Christine An to all of you, members of the council and the audience that are watching. Congratulations on the award.
One day soon, one day soon.
Yes. Well, help us get a resolution for peace on the Korean Peninsula.
Right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Mr. Clerk, our next recipient.
Our next presentation recognizes Eva Beach resident Alim Shabazz for his dedication, service, and contributions to the community. This presentation is made by Councilmember Tauba.
Thank you. I think one of the coolest things in the last 3 years is that we get to do cool things like this, honoring amazing people in our community. And, I like being around people that lead by example, not looking for praises, power, fame, even money. I respect what people do in our community. I just hope this guy doesn't run next year. That's all. Today we are honoring Eva Beach resident Alim Shabazz. Alim is the founder of Father's Fitness, which worked with Veterans Administration to create the first adapted fitness clinic in Hawaii for veterans wanting to be physically fit. As you can see, look at that. He also founded Big Tire Boot Camp, which I'm a part of, and I need to get back on because I gained 5 pounds since leaving, which offers underserved populations a safe environment to take charge of their health. His advocacy for his community doesn't end there. He's a leader in the local Boy Scouts of America organization and served as chairman of the Boy Scouts of America Onizuka Day Exploration. He supports the Sea Scouts program, a collaboration between the Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Boy Scouts of America, serving as the district staff officer. He founded Epic Badges, a nonprofit dedicated to helping Boy Scouts obtain merit badges. A certified lifeguard and a paddleboard instructor, Aleem Shabazz helps both Boy Scouts and adapted athletes experience paddleboarding while emphasizing safety and proper technique. In addition, he serves as Barbers Point Post Commander with West Oahu Veteran Centers and Vets. As a passionate supporter of small business, Aleem is the chair of The SCORE, a nonprofit under the SBA that mentors small business owners. Aleem also is an accomplished professional athlete, fitness competitor, a master trainer who has won 16 bodybuilding physique championships and holds 2 Guinness Book World Records for the heaviest total weight for dumbbell curls in 1 minute. So anybody like challenge? So big mahalo to this man. Thank you so much for being an example in our community and for all the work that you do. Ladies and gentlemen, Aleem Shabazz.
Mr. Clerk, our next recipient.
Our next presentation honors Fern Elementary School Principal Glenn Miyasato on being named the 2023 Hawaii National Distinguished Principal. This presentation is made by Council Members Cordero and Dos Santos Tam.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and we are so pleased to welcome to the Council Chambers Principal Glenn Miyasato from Fern Elementary. And at Fern Elementary, they are celebrating Spirit Week, and today is Culture Day. So if I could indulge everyone, I'm obviously Filipino, so I would like to have everyone say 2 things, okay? We're gonna say mabuhay for Principal Go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Mabuhay! And then we're gonna say in Ilocano, and it's agbyag, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Agbyag! And that's how we provide a cheers of not just congratulations, but also means live long or long live. And we want to present that to Principal Glenn Miyasato because the Hawaii Elementary and Middle School Administrators Association selected Fern Elementary School Principal Glenn Miyasato for the National Association of Elementary School Principals Award, or NAESP. For more about that, I'll kick it over to my colleague, Councilmember Dos Santos Tam.
Well, thank you, Councilmember Cordero. Principal Miyasato will be representing Hawaii in Washington, D.C. in the fall as the state's 2023 National Distinguished Principal, and will be recognized for his excellence in leadership along with other national state awardees. The NAESP is a professional organization serving elementary and middle level principals who represent 35 million children in pre-K through 8th grade. Supporting educators, their schools, and their students, the NAESP annually recognizes elementary and middle school principals from across the country who set high standards for instruction, student achievement, character, and climate for their students, families, and school staff. Serving as a cornerstone for our educational system here, Principal Miyasato has worked in the Hawaii State Department of Education for more than 4 decades and has led Fern Elementary since 2018. Affectionately known as Po'okumu, the Hawaiian word for head of school, Principal Miyasato oversees a student body of approximately 400 students, with nearly half of them having limited English proficiency and 95% being eligible for free or reduced price meals. His commitment and dedication provide the foundation for students to advance their academic achievement and social emotional well-being to help become successful individuals and contributors in our society. I've seen this work in person, whether it's his dedication to making sure that his students get to Fern Elementary School safely, through the Keiki corridor, which was just built between KPT and Fern. It's just at their May Day performance, and the students really just lit up because we were celebrating their culture and cultures of our Pacific Islands, and it was just really beautiful to see. And so I'd like to yield back to Councilmember Cordero for more commendation.
Thank you. First off, on a personal note, Fern Elementary is very personal and close to me, not only because it was in my former council district, but because my mom and her siblings also are a product of Fern Elementary School too. And while Principal Miyasato has been instrumental in the positive development of children in the classroom, as Councilmember Dos Santos Tam mentioned, he has also contributed to their growth outside of their classroom. So the walking corridor and walking school bus idea came about when Principal Miyasato joined Fern Elementary. And of course, it has been a culmination of a decade. I remember going to Fern Elementary at the end of 2012 and beginning of 2013 with just ideas from the school, as well as just funding from the state and support from all across different sectors. So, but it was Principal Miyasato who led the walking school bus for students from our neighboring housing complexes to the Kalihi campus on their daily commute each morning. And in addition to the obvious safety and health benefits of students walking or biking to school together, the walking school bus has had some wonderful benefits, such as getting the students to school on time and ready to learn as they have already had a chance to talk and socialize on their way to school. We are so fortunate to have Principal Miyasato here with us. He is a proud and grateful product of the public school system here in Hawaii and the University of Hawaii at Manoa. When he is not with his students, his second home is just right down there at Alamoana Beach Park, where he goes to exercise daily, of course, looking just as fit, plays tennis, volleyball, goes paddleboarding, and just likes to decompress by watching the ocean from the beach walk there. Therefore, on behalf of the people of the City and County of Honolulu, this Honolulu City Council congratulates Fern Elementary School Principal Glenn Miyasato on being named the 2023 Hawaii National Distinguished Principal and extends his warmest aloha and best wishes to him and his ohana and his team at Fern for continued health, happiness, and success in all future endeavors. And keep it up. Thank you, Principal.
Mr. Clerk, our next recipient.
Our next honorary certificate congratulates Nielsen Manutai, the 2023 Drive, Chip, and Putt National Finals Champion. This presentation is made by Council Members Wire and Tauba.
Mahalo, Mr. Clerk and Mr. Chair. I have the distinct honor, along with Councilmember Toba, to welcome Nielsen Manutai to the council chamber. He's joined by his mother, Lysina, his dad, Neil, his brother, Abraham, and his grandfather, Alapati Manutai. And held in partnership with the Masters Tournament, the PGA of America, and the USGA, the Drive, Chip, and Putt is a national youth development program that is open to boys and girls from ages 7 to 15, where the top 3 local qualifiers advance to the sub-regional qualifying round. The top 2 participants then advancing to the regional competition in the national finals at the home of the Masters. One of 2023's finalists was Nielsen Manutai. Hailing from Laie, Oahu's beautiful North Shore, Nielsen Manutai started golfing at the age of 4 when his father first took him to play at Kahuku Golf Course, which is his home golf course. So for Mayor and Enterprise Services, if they're listening, just want to make sure we take special care of that golf course if we can. And through hard work and dedication, Nielsen has honed his skills over the years, currently boasting a handicap index of 5. So I'll now yield the floor to Councilmember Toba.
Thank you, Councilmember Ware. Nielsen's journey to the 2023 National Finals started in May 2022 at the Ocean Course in Lehue, Kauai, where he qualified locally and advanced to the sub-regional qualifying event at Kapolei Golf Course a few months later. He won the regional qualifier event at the Arizona Desert Mountain Outlaw Golf Course in September and secured a spot at the 9th edition of the Dive, Chip, and Putt National Finals in Augusta Nationals. In April 2023, with a total of 23 points, Nielsen captured the boys' 10-11 division championships. Prior to the 2023 Nationals, Nielsen attempted to qualify 4 times. His accomplishments, not only qualifying but also attaining the championship title, demonstrates the power of patience and perseverance. I now yield the floor back to Councilmember Wire.
So along with perfecting his golf game, Nielsen is a 5th grader at La'i Elementary School, where his favorite subject is PE, naturally. And he enjoys playing other sports as well, such as football, basketball, rugby, surfing, as well as watching the Power Rangers. So on behalf of the people of the City and County of Honolulu, the Honolulu City Council hereby recognizes and congratulates Nielsen Manutai on his 2023 Drive, Chip, and Putt Championship. And furthermore, the council extends its best wishes for good health, happiness, and continued success in all his future endeavors. And we look forward to all you're going to accomplish. Mahalo.
Mr. Clerk, our next recipient.
Our next presentation recognizes the Hawaii Speech League for organizing the 2023 Hawaii Speech and Debate Tournament and congratulates the 2023 first place winners and national qualifiers. This presentation is made by Councilmember Dos Santos Tam.
Well, thank you, Chair. The Hawaii Speech League was organized to promote and encourage excellence in speech by sponsoring a diversified program and is an organization composed of both public and private schools from across the state of Hawaii. HSL offers 9 different speech events, 3 debate events, and congressional debate at 13 different competitions throughout the year. They've built a large community of coaches, judges, students, and former students who have a long-standing relationship with the league. Their alumni have been accepted to top U.S. universities, and they hold prestigious positions as prominent doctors, lawyers, even politicians, and instructors. This year, we'd like to recognize the first place winners and the national qualifiers winning in 15 categories. They'll be heading to Arizona next month. So winners, please raise your hand as I introduce you by name. We have Diego Carranza, who is a graduating junior from Lelehua High School. Due to his academic accomplishments, he's one of 30 valedictorians this year. After graduation, Diego will pursue a law degree to help those in need. He currently works at a nonprofit serving the community's most vulnerable populations. Diego placed first in congressional debate at the state tournament. We have Eunice Oluwahisoy. I'm sorry, I asked you this before and I tripped up. She's a current junior from Lelehua High School. After graduation, she wishes to attend an Ivy League school and pursue a career in law with a focus on criminal justice. A compassionate leader, Eunice serves as the captain of her team and spends her time ensuring her teammates' success. Eunice placed first in the United States extemporaneous speech category at the state tournament. From Kamehameha Schools, we have Chanel Matsumoto. She served as this year's team president and as a debate captain during her time at Kamehameha. She also has the distinction of being Kamehameha's 5th academic All-American designee in speech and debate. She will be attending Vanderbilt University in the fall. We have Landy Resuelo. Landy Resuelo was the state POI champion after earning a place at Nationals a year ago for her original oratory performance. She was the team's originals captain this season and will attend Chapman University in the fall. We also have Kainoa Hattendorf, who is a state champion in dramatic interpretation, an event he attended in Nationals last summer. Kainoa was an insert captain for this year's team and is currently the target of a scholarship bidding war between Cal Berkeley and UH Manoa to see where to go in the fall. We also have Reese Kahiao Takahashi. Reese is a first-year student for Kamehameha who will be attending Nationals in informative speaking. During her first year on the team, she competed in public forum debate as well as for her Nationals event, which again was informative speaking. We also have Naiole Baker, who's a first-year student who competed exclusively in Lincoln Douglas debate this season. She earned an award at every tournament this season while compiling one of the best records for any first-year debater in program history. And then from Punahou School, we have Maddie Hodge, who's a senior and is qualified for the state tournament for the past 4 years. She placed 3rd in 2021, representing Hawaii at the NSDA National Tournament, and she will be attending Stanford University. We also have Aria Sains, who's a senior who also qualified for the state tournament in the past 4 years. Aria placed 3rd in 2021, representing Hawaii at the NSDA National Tournament, and in 2022 placed 2nd in United States extemporaneous speaking, then switched to international extemporaneous speaking, where she was a state champion in 2023. Aria will be attending Middlebury College in the fall. We have Sophia Espinoza, a senior who qualified for the state tournament for the past 3 years. Sophia is attending the University of Southern California. Yes, the University of Southern California in the fall. And we have Emma Rudy, who's a senior who's qualified for the HSL tournament for the past 3 years. Emma placed 4th in humorous interpretation in 2022 and will be attending the University of California, Santa Barbara in the fall. And then we have Sean Jung, who's a junior and qualified for the past 3 years at the state tournament. He'll be representing Hawaii in Lincoln Douglas debate. and hopes to pursue a future in medicine or business after high school. We also have guests. We have Dorcas and Opiemi Oluwafisoi, Eunice's parents. We have Coach John Hinderer from Chaminade University. We have Associate Coach Desi Nuhiba Koanui Souza from Kamehameha. We have Kamehameha High School Speech and Debate Speech Department Head Kalei Lima. We have Associate Coach Blaine Volleyball from Punahou and Associate Coach Nick Kawasaki from Punahou. And we have a certificate for all of you which recognizes on behalf of the people of the City and County of Honolulu for the Hawaii State Speech League and their organizing of the 2023 Hawaii Speech and Debate Tournament, and congratulates all of our first place winners and national qualifiers. So thank you, everyone.
Mr. Clerk, our next recipient.
Mr. Chair, our final presentation honors Cherry Blossom Queen Samantha Keolani Marumoto and the entire 71st Cherry Blossom Festival Court. This presentation is made by Council Members Sei, Kia'aina, Okimoto, and yourself, Council Chair Waters.
Member Say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Good morning, colleagues, esteemed guests, and members of the audience. It is my pleasure this morning to recognize the 71st Cherry Blossom Festival Court. It's hard to believe. 71 years ago, I got married. No, not married. That's when I was born, 71 years ago. But let me continue on. The 71st Cherry Blossom Festival Court is sponsored by the Honolulu Japanese Chamber of Commerce, the annual Cherry Blossom Festival, which has earned the honor of being one of the lengthiest continuous ethnic celebrations in the state. And it remains a cultural showcase that commemorates the rich customs and traditions of the Japanese community in Hawaii. This long-standing tradition continues to celebrate and perpetuate the Japanese culture and also enrich the lives of young women of Japanese ancestry. The Cherry Blossom Festival Court will serve as cultural ambassadors for the Japanese community in Hawaii, sharing their prosperous cultural heritage and practices at various events throughout the year. Queen Samantha Keolani Marumoto, the daughter of Jay and Amber Marumoto, graduated from Punahou School, the University of California, Los Angeles, with a Bachelor of Arts in History, and the University of Southern California Gould School of Law with a Master's in Studies of Law with a Business Law Graduate Certificate. In addition to her employment as a realtor, her interests include making photo books, exercising, and spending time with family and friends. At this time, Mr. Chair, may I yield to Councilmember Kia'aina.
Thank you, Councilmember Say. First Princess Churston Shihori Okuno, who hails from Kaneohe, is the daughter of Glenn and Jean Okuno, and she graduated from Mid-Pacific Institute and Creighton University with a Bachelor of Science degree in biology. She will be attending medical school beginning in July. Her interests include singing, participating in health and wellness activities, and spending time with family and friends. I now yield the floor back to Councilmember Say.
Thank you very much. This is on behalf of Councilwoman Val Okimoto, who cannot be here. Princess and Miss Popularity Emily Mieko Johnson, daughter of David and Marlene Johnson, graduated from Mililani High School and the University of Hawaii Manoa Scheidler School of Business with a Bachelor of Business Administration in Finance and International Business. Aside from her employment as a client director, her interests include gardening, painting, and traveling. Great. At this time, may I yield to Chair Waters.
Thank you, Councilmember Say. Princess and Miss Congeniality Jennifer D. Emi Kumura, daughter of Dennis and Ivy Kumura, graduated from Iolani School and the University of Washington with a Bachelor's of Science in Human-Centered Design and Engineering, Human-Computer Interaction focus. Aside from her employment as a product design manager, her interests include exercising, volunteering, and mentoring. I now yield the floor back to Councilmember Say.
And finally, Mr. Chair, Princess Amber Masai Yonomini, daughter of Marvin and Laurie Yonomini, graduated also from Mililani High School, Oregon State University, with a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Engineering, and also from Willamette University College of Law, with a Doctor of Jurisprudence. Aside from her employment as an attorney, her interest includes participating in ultimate frisbee. I've never played ultimate frisbee. Vinyasa yoga, I've never done that also. And indoor rock climbing, no, I do it on Pololo Valley rocks. But at this time, may I yield back to myself? So at this time, I also like to recognize the Honolulu Japanese Junior Chamber President, Sherry Morishige, and the Cherry Blossom Festival General Chair, Heather Furutani, if they're in the audience. Thank you very much for the coordination. In closing, Mr. Chair, therefore, the City Council, on behalf of the City and County of Honolulu, hereby congratulates the 71st Cherry Blossom Festival. The Council wishes them the very best and for continued success in all of their future endeavors. And like I tell a lot of the young men and women of today, you don't have to call me Council Member Say. Just call me Uncle Calvin. Okay, thank you very much. Best wishes and have a great future for all of you. Aloha.
This concludes our honorary certificate program. I'd like to thank the Royal Hawaiian Band for doing a fabulous job as normal.